I'm trying this. I should have announced it first. Going live, so there's nobody here now. But I want to tell you about this guitar. Gibson 175. All tangled here. This is from 1970 or 71. I was playing at a place called the Pick and Parlor in Arvada, and it's a big music store. It's all guitars and picked instruments. And I saw this guitar there, and as soon as I plugged it in, these guitars have an instant jazz sound. As soon as I plugged it in, I fell in love with it. And so, make a long story short, a person at one of Frank Miller's guitar camps, a person who I just met, volunteered to buy it for me. Nobody has bought me a guitar since the last guitar I ever bought, but my father bought it for me right before Buddy Rich band. And that's I played this on Buddy Rich's band. Never have to worry about feedback. See, there still are some really good people out there. I'm just seem to be looking in all the goddamn wrong places. But anyway, I mean, what a really nice thing to do. So it came by UPS the other day. I've been playing it ever since. I felt like a 10-year-old kid on Christmas. But I mean, it never feeds back. Slamming it. There's the fucking cat. Get the fuck away from me. Poor cat. So I was, as often as I've learned, let me find this piece of paper here. Why can't I never find shit? Anyway, it's over here. The song is called Till There Was You. Nice song. So as often as I've heard it, I never learned it. So I YouTubed it, and I got Paul McCartney singing it. Now he sings it in F, but anyway, here's the tune. Got to get rid of these diminished chords. Already I'm screwing with it. I got to get rid of that. Yeah. All right, but nice change coming up here. It's F minor to F7. I'll use the C7, got rid of the E diminished. I'm going to use an A minor 755 there. Doesn't really work as because the swing tune does it. Oh, there's some people. Thanks for shaving. Okay, Matt. But I didn't comb my hair. See? Right? Billy Eckstein. Did he sing it? I mean, so many people have sung this tune. I'm reading the comments. Boy, it makes me think that you people have no lives either. Because when I get bored, I make a YouTube video. So some of the comments on the previous video, the right hand and the picking, testicular picking. That's one of my favorite lines. The year is I have a friend, CR Guitars. He deals with high-end, very high-end guitars. And he dated it. I gave him the information. It's 1970 or 1971. And that's probably probably correct. He's always correct about everything. Just one of those guys. He really knows his stuff. His name is Craig Snyder. And his father had an outside band that I worked for, Jewish weddings and bar mitzvahs, And he moved to New York a long time ago, did a lot of jingles, wrote a bunch of jingles. So I know him. Geez, I know him a long time. I know, cigarettes. I'm trying to read here. Autumn in New York. I don't know it. Not well enough to play by myself. I've heard the song. And somebody mentioned Pasquale Grasso. At the same concert where I got this guitar, he played a solo piece, and I have to tell you, he is by far the greatest guitar player I've ever heard. Nobody even comes close. Okay, this kid is just amazing. He played Lush Life, and then he played Just One of Those Things, fast as shit. His time is perfect. He's just Athens, Greece. Wow. Jeez. So, what do you want to know about? Yeah, these guitars, it's an instant jazz sound. I remember as a kid, I saw Joe Pass. I actually got to meet Joe Pass, but I got to be pretty good friends with him. But before I met him, he always played a 175. Jim Hall started out with 175. Herb Ellis always played a 175. And they say it's a poor man's L5. L5s are just too big for me. This is a 1 and 11/16 nut width. I learned how to play guitar from my father. My father was a professional musician. My mother was the chick singer in the band. In 1959, my father had a hit record with Frank Virtue and the Virtues. It's this. And it does that twice, but they didn't copyright it because it's public domain. Boogie Woogie. Now, this is the part that he added that's not in there. But then there's the solo. Then back to this. And the second part. Etc. But he didn't know that you could copyright it. But there was another guy named Arthur Smith that had a recording of it, but he copywrote his, so he got all the money, the writing money. My father got Dick. Okay. No, it's not Arthur. No, my father's the same name as me, Jimmy Bruno. Arthur Smith was a guy from, I think, Texas or something. He was smart enough to copyright whatever his solo was, but that record never did anything. Guitars, these are round wounds. No, I'm sorry, flat wounds. Okay. Oh, actually, no. What's on here right now are Tomastic, and I'm not a fan of Tomastic strings. But usually, what I do is like I have a Roger Sadowski small guitar over there. Guitars that don't have much of an acoustic sound, I put chromes on them. Flat wounds. Look, this doesn't have much. See? So I'll put chromes on there. Let's see. Tiller Zoller. I don't know what Jimmy Rainey played. London. I'm looking where people are from. Kathmandu, Nepal. I'm not sure I could find that on a map. There's somebody. L5 is the Queen. Yeah, they're a good guitar. Not my choice. I still have my father's 355. Yeah, it needs a setup. T-Bone Walker. I know the name, but I don't know much about him. Finland, Long Island. Long Island, I know. Something about Hofner. Well, Inverness, Florida. I always wanted to move to Jupiter, Florida, just so people say, "Where are you from?" It's because I'm from Jupiter. Got Ireland. Wow. Between India and China. Okay. Tucson, Arizona. I'm trying to read them all. I'm hardly king. Do I hear everything in your head before I play it? Actually, I do. I mean, not like I don't know what I'm going to play tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to play next. But before I put my fingers down, yeah, I do. And how I do that? How do I do that? I got rid of all the fucking bullshit 9 zillion fingerings for the guitar. You can live to be 400 years old, and you'll never make a connection between your fingers and your ear. So I figured that out, fortunate enough for me, before I was 16. I can't read the boy. They're going. Who's my favorite guitarist? Pasquale Grasso. If I had to name one, but I have lots of favorites. Pat Martino, Joe Pass, Tal Farlow, Herb Ellis, Hank Garland. If it wasn't for Hank Garland, I wouldn't be playing jazz guitar. Made one jazz record, Jazz Winds from a New Direction. They did. A song called Move. Okay. Kenny G. Hey, don't laugh at Kenny G. I played a short concert with Grover Washington, and Grover knew him well, and he says, "Don't laugh at him, boy." He says he's making a lot of money and he can play. He said he can hang. He can play some bebop. Jimmy B. King. The real book. The Sticks of Oklahoma. Now, if I remember right, I think Herb Ellis was from Oklahoma. 7-11. And not my favorite tune. It's all A flat. It's an okay tune. It's on the John Concord Jazz Guitar Collective. I never liked the name of that. Played Move. Live at Bird. Maybe I did. Of course, West Montgomery. St. Croix. I was there. Did I meet you, Joshua? Mexico City. Oh, yesterday's. You probably mean the Beatles tune yesterday's, not this one. Let's see who else is here. I do online lessons, but I can't teach beginners. And it helps if you can play some jazz standards and know what a 2-5-1 is, 1-6-2-5. You got to know all the names and notes on the fingerboard. Otherwise, I'm not the guy for that. There's plenty of teachers that can show you that. Oh, it's Josh. Yeah, of course I remember you. I played Wendy. You mean yesterday's by the Beatles, I think. Yeah, that's what I thought. I used to go to Wales a lot for a good guitar player named Trevor Owen. He had a jazz camp there, kind of like what Frank is doing. Actually, they did one last year, this year, in Suave, Italy. I wasn't able to do that one, but I think they're coming back. I haven't talked to Trevor in ages. I liked it there. Email me. This email on this channel. Okay, that's the best way to do it. I don't remember Skylark. Peter Sprague. I never met him. Good guitar player, though. He's still around, I believe. Blues turnarounds. Well, they're the typical ones. 1-6-2-5, that turnaround. And, B flat blues. 2. E flat 7. E diminished. Turn around to 2. I used them all of them. There's 3 of them. 1, 6, 2, 5. Back to the beginning. There's also this one. You can use that tritone sub. Or I don't want to say it's endless, but there are a lot. Should I apply for music college? I'm 24. It depends what you want to do. Do you want the piece of paper? That's a good thing to have, so you can teach. Tunes for jazz guitar beginners. Satin Doll and Blue Bossa. Yeah, Skylark is a good song. I don't know it well enough to play it by myself. Oh, That's All is really good. What tip about improvisation and practice would you give to a Brazilian? Is it whether you're a Brazilian from Mars or wherever you're from, wherever nationality you are, develop your ear. And you do that by learning songs from the recording. Okay, it's only hard first few times, and then it gets easier. Oh, somebody's already in school here. The Buffalo, Blue Bossa for my jury. It only uses 2 pitch collections. That's E flat. And so this is all E flat. F minor 7, that's E flat 2. D minor 7 flat 5 is E flat. G7. So, and you notice the melody's B flat. So that's from E flat 2. Or if you want the G7 to stick out, land on the note. There's a note in this chord that's not in E flat, the note's B. Okay. Arkansas. There's a good guitar player from there. Little Rock, Arkansas. Ted Ludwig, fantastic guitar player. I played there 2 times with him. And then second time we played Little Rock, Arkansas, and then went to Memphis and played a jazz club there. I'll be seeing. It's another good too. That was Johnny Carson's favorite song. Let's see. No, you don't have to have perfect pitch, not at all. Relative pitch. You know, when's your next Vignola guitar night? In October. It's a Wednesday. I don't know which. I think it's the first week in October. I might be wrong. Central Park. Good song. John Coltrane. E minor. A. Then there's a pedal. C minor major 7 with a flat 5. Is this what you mean? Here's C minor major with a flat 5. That's also a D7, flat 9, D13, flat 9, D, and it's also A flat 7, plus 9. How do you incorporate major and minor diminished 6 chords? Diminished chords are not minor or major, they're diminished. Maybe I don't understand the question. Joe Beam, I don't know why they're so good. One of my favorite. Used descending. I mean, grew up in Ipanema, does it? This doesn't. Maybe. Yeah. Uh, I forget the rest of that. It's quiet nights. Yeah, Barry Harris videos are great. Uh, let's see. Song for My Father is a good. That's a good song. I don't remember it. I used to play it a lot. It is a good fit, Joe. Um, a lot of people told me that. I still love the Sadowski and my Cummins guitars. Do you say a sharp? Or do you say A sharp or B flat? Depends on what key you're in. Most of the time it's B flat. Nines. Good interval. Love for sale. It's the second time that come up today. Some people play it this way. I got to find the original music to that. I stole it from Joe Pass Herb Ellis record where they just did E flat 7 to B flat 7. But the real tune, Howard Alden told me, sometimes it's major, sometimes it's minor, and sometimes it's dominant. But I have to find a really old recording of it, probably maybe where somebody sings it and does it the right way. First job teaching guitar for a music school. Any tips? Don't do it. No, I enjoyed some of the time when I taught at University Arts. I didn't like the academic part of it. We had to have a syllabus and it got real involved, The 5 fingering books. That was an assignment from Bill Bay. Okay. So the way I do it now is okay. Here's C scale. Okay, but that doesn't mean that you can't use these notes. So that's all the notes in that position. And there's 5 of them. When you can play them perfectly with no mistakes, you can move. You can go from position to position. Now I'm in G. You should be able to move up and down on any string, and you'll be in one of the art of picking, yeah. Alfred Method books. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about them. I know that the Mel Bay books, 1 through 7, are still good and they're still around. The Guitar Institute, it was a huge pain in the ass. The IRS was so far up my ass with that. I shouldn't say that over here, but I guess those IRS doesn't watch my YouTube channel. But I'm really bad with numbers and also bad with bookkeeping. And to really do it right, I should have been paying the taxes quarterly. But, it's a lot of paperwork. I should have had an accountant. Stella by Starlight. Never played with Lenny, bro. I think he was dead by the time I became aware of him. Man, he was a master at this. Let's see if I can do it. Probably not. He really had that really down. I've never transcribed solos. I've stolen licks from solos, but I never wrote them down. That's a whole other knack. To notate properly is a whole other knack. And I did, when I was writing charts for different people in Las Vegas, I did have to learn that too. There's a lot to it. Yeah, I'm still smoking again. There is no one-line school. This is it. It's not much of a school. L&M, blue. Just good. Cigarettes are not good for you. T-Bone Walker album? You learned a jazz chord? Oh, Stormy Monday. That's a good song. Yeah. It's an old blues tune. Yes, I did know Jim Hall. Yes, I did. Had dinner with him one time in Boston, Towson University. Really nice man. Very interesting, Don. And I met you in Arvada. Was I nice to you? I hate that. Sometimes that guitar show, my God, it's nonstop guitar people. I mean, people come at you like, wow. It took me forever to go to the bar and get a martini. Let's see. Instructional videos. Confessions of a Guitar Player, Tommy Tedesco. Yeah, I remember that book. Bill Evans, man, every one of his, there's always a half step in his piano voices all the time. Yeah, I got 3-note patterns for 2/5. And this way, same notes, different fingering. But if you use these, look, turn around. Guitar players replaced by artificial intelligence. There's a joke in there somewhere. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't play guitar for a living again. I wouldn't do that. So, Hank Garland, I don't know where he's from. I know that when I met him, he was in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know how to play the 12th of Never. He did die way too early. He had a brain injury. There's a movie about him called Crazy. It's pretty much the whole story. Well, there's solo pieces for solo guitar. There isn't many people that do that. I don't do it because I play them different all the time. I'm from the Joe Pass school. There's other guys that play it exactly the same. And to me, that's not really jazz. It's not bad. I've used plenty of Fenders. And you're right. Car wreck with Tank Garland. I'm from LA. The music industry is no more. What would I do? I wanted to be a surgeon when I was in high school. My father was friends with a surgeon, and I, 15, I went to see a couple surgeries. So that's what I wanted to do. And then somewhere along the line, I got a gig playing in a cover band, cash money, etc., and I didn't do it again. $29 guitar. I love everything by Andre Segovia. And Johnny Smith I got to meet and play a tune with once. He became a good friend of mine. I used to talk to him a lot. He gave my daughter a guitar lesson in Wales. And she wanted to know. Like, True Fire course. I never did do the True Fire course. Pasquale Grasso, I already said, was the greatest guitar player I ever heard. Johnny Smith's guitar store in Colorado. I went to his house in Colorado. I don't know who Jeff Buckley is. I was going to be a proctologist till I looked into it. See, you guys are as fucked up in the head as me. Yes, I did get to hang with Howard Roberts. Yeah, great teacher, and man, that was one of the big influence on me. My favorite record that he made it was called "Howard Roberts is a Dirty Guitar Player." I like that. Proctology is a gold mine. How you been holding up since your wife passed away? Good days and bad days. Guys are going too fast for me. Yes, I am friends with Arlen Ross. Taxi theme song. It's not coming to my mind, but it is a nice song. I did like Charlie Bird a lot. Became friends with him. Yes, there's rules for all the different song forms. I don't necessarily memorize the song, but I memorize the common chord progressions. And once I hear them, I can tell what they are. I don't listen to much jazz. Not that I know everything or I heard everything. It just doesn't hold an interest for me. What really holds an interest for me is Stravinsky, because I don't know what he's doing. I got all his scores and try to figure it out. Petrushka. That's in the French horns. And then that's in 3/4. And then there's 7/8 on top of it doing. That's, and there's just. Shit, I can't play anymore. It's all G7. Okay. Fame through infamy. I'm trying to. Stuck with my progression. What am I doing wrong? Probably nothing, Ted. Take a break from playing. Yes, I met Burley LeGrin several times. What a talented person, great guitar player. In fact, in Wales, he was there, and when Johnny Smith was there, and we kind of tricked him into playing. We all picked up the guitars and said, "Is this what you played on the famous?" And we played it wrong, and we tricked him into playing, but he caught on. He was sharp as a tack. Albums to learn standards by ear. First of all, listen to singers, not guitar players or saxophone players, because people fuck with the melody so much that you might learn it wrong. Jimmy Rainey and Charlie Port. Yeah, never met Jimmy Rainey. I met Ted Green one time. He was a very shy person. And the older I get, the more I like simple, good melodies. Me too. Igor CDs. That's funny. Kenny Burrell, got to know him too. And guess what? I know Peter Frampton too. I met him at a guitar show, believe it or not. And he invited me and my whole family down at the Borgata in Atlantic City. He was doing a concert there. He's a really good guitar player. I like his tunes. Favorite jazz guitar records. Moonlight in Vermont. Jazz Winds from a New Direction. Hank Garland. There's a lot. There's a lot of them. But a Telecaster, Ted Green. Yeah, I like Tellies with a humbucker pickup in it. They're hard to find with a humbucker, and it's expensive to get one and then have them route out the body to fit the humbucker. I don't know what's up with Kenny Burrell and his wife. Oh, Rick Beato. Yeah, somebody asked me, said if I would do an interview with him, but I can't find a person who asked me that. But of course I would. Ed Bickert, great guitar player. Yes, I can sight read music. Yeah. I don't know 12th of Never. Did Johnny Mathis sing that? I think. That's, if I want to learn it, that's who I would listen to. Herb Ellis. He was a crotchety old guy. I ran into him a couple times. He was on the Merv Griffin show once. He was a guitar player, and I just got a gig with Lola Falana. And he says to me, he doesn't know who I am. And he says, "Don't see those knobs. Don't touch my fucking knobs, okay? And what's that fucking thing in your hand? It's a wah-wah pedal. Just don't plug that in." Okay. And I ran into him. And then when I started to, record for Concord, I ran into him again and again and again. And I had dinner with him one time. The great guitars were playing at a club in Philly, around the corner from Chris's Jazz Cafe. And I says, why did I do something to piss you off, Herb? He says, "No, not at all." He says, I'm just old and I don't feel so hot most of the time. And so, and then they were up on the set. The owners of the place gave me a front and center seat for free. And do you want to play a tune with us? Al Farlow asked me. I says, "Yeah, but I didn't bring a guitar." First guy to hand me his guitar was Herb Ellis. When we became pretty good friends. Plenty. I have a hard time finding the sight tips for a sight reader. Just read anything you can get your hands on. Go through the real book and just read the melodies in different positions. That would help. Macanudos are the cigars that I like a lot. The Churchills, but I have a lot of different ones. The Cycle. Oh, I think I know what you're asking. Cycle fifths or cycle fourths? Here's the deal. I go this way: C, F, B flat, E flat, cycle fourths. But what if I do it this way? Now cycle fifths. So you don't know which direction. So I just call it the cycle. I put the C. This is C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, A, D, G, C. I play everything like that in all keys. Any exercises? Yeah, I just played with Bruce Foreman in Arvada, one of my favorite guitar players. I do private lessons through FaceTime, sometimes Zoom, but it doesn't work as good. The downside of that is you can't actually play with the other person. And yeah, Stravinsky is my favorite. Online lessons. It helps if you can make a backing track, okay? Because then I need to hear you improvise, okay? And then I can show you different things that you can do with the line that you played, but you have to have that. Guitar is Segovia quote. Guitar is too sincere an instrument for today's world. I would have to agree. Original pieces, yeah, a lot of them. The one I get requested the most is this. I like Ralph Towner. Enough of that shit. Transcribe, I would anything by Miles Davis, because he doesn't play complicated solos, and that's good starting point about transcribing. Okay, good night, Adam. Oh, Peter Gunn, sure. I can't think of the themes. I can't think of it now. Buddy Rich. Yeah, Dreamsville is no, Peter Gunn is this. Dreamsville is another song that he wrote. It's a good song. Yeah, there was some. You heard a little bit of country stuff in Hank Garland's jazz playing, phrasing and stuff. Of course. I own two of Bill Cummins' guitars. He lives around the corner from me. Oh, this thing. The trick is in the right hand. I can't. I don't know whether I can show it to you. It's 2 downs and an up. This is probably the only guitar I own that I can make that stretch. No, you don't need a jazz guitar to play jazz. I was there for some of the tapes. Of course, he did that every night, not just the things that got recorded. It was every night. Ornette Coleman. I'm not a. I used to be a big fan of free jazz. Not at all. Not so much. The Buddy Rich stories, man, God, so much to tell. That would need its own a live stream. Yeah, I do a lot of gigs with Freddie Green in a big band. I did that with Buddy, and also at Birdland with Frank. I do not all the time, but a lot of Freddie Green. It's also here's some guy who was at the Pick and Power. Yeah, Bill M. Yeah, I remember you. Never met Wes Montgomery. Now, Pat Martino did. You got to hang with him a lot. Joe passed on the Virtuoso records. He had this guitar with flat wound strings, and it was part of it was plugged in, probably into an amp, and it was also mic'd at the same time. A lot of people don't like the guitar sound on that. I do a lot. I do really a lot. Buddy Emmons, he made a jazz record too. He's a marvelous musician. Goodbye, Poor Pie. That's a hard tune. Charlie Mingus. I used to listen to Lenny Tristano and Lee Konitz and Billy Bauer. I actually met him. He was 95. String gauge depends on the guitar. On this is a set of 12s, but they're Tomastic. I don't like Tomastic strings, so I'll probably put Diodario Chromes on this. Unamplified mic'd hollow body sound is underrated. Yeah, I do like that sound. Let's see. Donnelly's an advanced tune, yeah. Anything by Charlie Parker Heads, they're always. Very difficult. it's the changes to Back Home in Indiana. The recording I did, it wasn't Victor Wooten. That was Gerald Veasley on bass. It was just a duo, that one tune, Stella by Starlight. Yeah. Never played with Charles Covington. After you learn the 5 shapes, improvise over 2-5-1, play a song in each of the 5 positions, and then start adding the outside notes. That's there. That's 4 lessons for free. What's this? There's no Patreon links on any of my videos. It's always PayPal. And Patreon, it doesn't seem to fit my teaching style. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's a good platform. It just takes some learning time on my part. No, I don't like to play giant steps. Sugarfoot Rag, that's a Hank Garland tune, yeah. He didn't write it, but he did play the hell out of it. Affordable ES 175 hollow body copy. I don't know. I don't know much about the copies. I never go to music stores. I was actually at one near me the other day. What did I go there for? Oh, here's why I went there. Strings, chromes, 12, set of 12s, and then I have some other ones here, and I have sets of 11s too, and I got a set of labella flat wounds too, with a wound G. Burning. That's my least favorite record. I don't like the guitar sound. The music is good. I just don't like the sound of the guitar. Saddest chord. I don't know if I have a sad chord. Minor. I don't know if they're sad. Stravinsky had something interesting to say about that. He said it at a lecture at Harvard. You can buy these things. You get them online. He said music is incapable of expressing anything at all. Okay. And it was taken out of context. Here's the rest of the quote is minor keys is associated with sadness. It's because the person, when they listen to a song in a minor key, he says sometimes how songs will remind you of different situations in your life, okay? And he said, so the person attaches sadness to that, and or happiness in bright keys. He also thought that keys had brightness and darkness in them too. I do have a solid body guitar, the Cummins guitar. I have a semi-hollow, Eastman 335. The first step. Well, make up a melody. Take an arpeggio. Just take those 3 notes and make something up. The Rotor Sound tape wound, I never liked them. I did try them. No, I no longer have the Sadowski Telecaster. I think I borrowed it from Roger for something. It's a great guitar, especially Roger's. Yeah. I may be getting another Telecaster from a different maker. We'll see about that. About cello suites. Well, I wish I do have a book of them, and you can actually hear the chord progressions. Because it'd be. There's a lot to Bach. Great stuff. 20s jazz. I'm not a fan. I don't dislike it. It's pre bebop. Nothing. It's bad music. I like to play nylon string, but I don't have one. I like 440 tuning, not 432. I've heard of it. Well, if you use 432, the whole band has to tune to that because you'll be out of tune. Play what you sing. Nah, I can't sing. I hear it in my head. I'm trying to get true temperament frets. I heard about that too. I don't know much about it. Classical and jazz. I only know one guitar player he is excellent at both, and that's a guy in Chicago named Jack Cicchini. The Goldberg variations are phenomenal. I use all Hendrickson amps. I have a Bud, a Blue. I have 3 of them. Rose Room. How Mixolydian sound there. It's a Michael Jackson tune. That's the sound of a dominant 7. But they're all the same notes, G7. It's the same notes as C. I just saw Fareed Hack. Yes, he does. Didn't get to play with him, but he was part of that Rocky Mountain Archtop show. I did get to hang with him. He had me in stitches. He's funny as all hell. No, it wasn't Louis Armstrong. I believe bebop was invented by Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. And it actually, Dizzy Gillespie actually explained it one time. He said the typical bebop fret, and it actually sounds like bebop. Loved Alan Holdsworth. Got to know him really well. Les Paul was a great guy. Really good guy. Diminish. Triad or diminish? Oh, diminished scale. Oh, it's easy. Take a diminished arpeggio. Okay? All right? It has 4 names. There's 4 roots there. F, A flat, B, and D. Okay? It also works mostly over dominant 7s. So this is G7. Okay? It's B flat 7. It's D flat 7. It's E7. Okay, so you go a half step below each note of the arpeggio and you get a diminished scale. I don't know Rick Beato or I don't know how to say his name. I have no idea how to get. I knew Dennis Budimir too in L.A. Great studio player, and he was a great jazz player too. I know the Green Mill Saloon in Chicago. I actually played there once. Henry Kaiser. Don't know who that is. Many times with Bucky. I don't know any Howlin' Wolf tunes, but I like the name. Yeah, I still do private lessons. Contact me through this email. What is it, Jimmy Bruno School? I did know George Van Apps too. He had great stuff, man. Look. That's an exercise that he showed me. Yeah, I think Dennis was with the Chico Hamilton trio. No, I don't relate the diminished fingering to any other. Just by using a half step below the. See, diminished chords. Here's where they go. That's the way they. So it's really not a whole lot of time to solo over it, but they make dominant seventh flat nine sounds. Augmented scales, same way. Half step below each one of those. Albert King, I like. Also, Stevie Ray Vaughan. There's a whole list of these rock guys that I really like. I can't play like them. I don't know whether you'd consider Carlos Santana, a blues player, but I love the way he plays. And no, I don't have perfect pitch. Don't know the guitar style of Tim Miller. I tried jazz on a 12 string. It got boring to me. A baritone guitar. I like that idea. I played a couple of them. Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia. There's a joke about him. I'm not a fan of the Grateful Dead, but anyway, so he goes away to rehab, right? And he comes back out of rehab. And he wants to have rehearsal with the band. So they start about 4 minutes into it. Jerry goes says, "Man, this band fucking sucks." Duke Robillard. I heard of him. I don't know his music. Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Oh, Pat Metheny, very successful guitar player. He had a plan. I never met him. I would like to one day. Linda Manzer is one of my favorite people, and she made a lot of guitars for him. And he said he had a plan since college. He wanted to come up with some kind of music that would appeal more to the general population than just the jazz niche guys, and he was very successful at it, and I like his tunes. I don't like every track that he recorded, but then I don't like everything I recorded either, so it's not a put down. Yeah, I know Pete Bernstein, good guitar player. Tapping licks. This Van Halen, when I do it sounds like Van Gogh. I really admire people that can do that. And that's G3000. Yeah, I remember those Yamahas. They got sued by Gibson over there. I don't know if that was the lawsuit guitar. Those were good guitars. I like Eric Johnson. We keep making plans to meet up with him through my friend George Alessandro, the custom amp guy. But it just, so far, it hasn't worked out. But we will, yeah. The trucks wear, okay. Oh, very good friends with Jack Wilkins, yeah. I know who Renee Thomas is. I do, what little I've heard, I do like his playing. And I did know Joe Puma, but not for long. He passed away. I don't know Jonathan Kreisberg. Jazz banjo, Bella Fleck. What instrument do you wish you could play? The cello and the piano. Kurt's from Philadelphia, another fine player. And I know Pat Martino, since I was 16 years old. Don't know Robert Conti. I hear he's a great teacher and a good player. Almost everything I recorded with Jack came out really good. Oh, there's a lot of these new guys that you're mentioning. I don't know them, but then again, I don't listen to jazz guitar. Emily Remler was I met her one time. I think she's a great guitar player. Larry Carlton, I know, great guitar player. Lee Ritenour and Robin Ford. Yes, I met Larry Carlton and Robin Ford in Valley Arts, was a guitar store in L.A. And I just started to do some session work, and everybody says, "Can you sound like Larry Carlton? You get that sound, that sound?" And I just get bugged. And I said, "Well, why don't you hire Larry Carlton?" I said, "Well, he's too expensive." So I ran into him in a music store, and I said, I told him the story. He starts laughing. He said, "So pick any amp in the guitar." I says, "Is it the amp? Is it this?" He said, "No, pick any amp." So I picked the worst one, a Roland 120 Jazz Chorus. And okay, so he says, "You know how the jazz players will use this pickup and roll some tone off, right?" He says, "So this is what I do. I use the back pickup and roll some tone off and a volume pedal." I got to find that spot. Almost there. Close. It's hard to bend these strings. But that was it. Tony Mottola was one of the finest guitar players. Knew him very well. And Tommy Tedesco, I spent more time at his house than where I lived. New guy, Matteo Mancuso. I don't know. But I'm the worst. I don't listen to guitar music. I don't listen to jazz anymore. I don't. Yeah, I played in Germany several times. I was supposed to record with Danny Gatton, and then that tragedy hit. Mixolydian is just a dominant seventh chord. It's the blues. These are 12s. That string gauge. I'm sure that there's a lot of new guys that come along, but for me, nobody can top Pasquale Grasso. Can't even get close. New Barney Kessel too. It used to be on Roger's website while he stopped making arch tops. But I talked to him just not too long ago. I think he took it down. It had something to do with the factory in Japan and the factory in Germany where the bases are made. But that's all I know about it. I don't know much. I don't know any South African jazz. It's something I would like to know about. This is the cat's name? Fucking cat. That's his name. He does have a name. His name is Prince, but I just call him That's the fucking cat. Wolf Joaquin is a very good guitar player. I listen to classical music. Stravinsky, Bartok, Beethoven string quartets, Ravel, Debussy. Knew Tal Farlow very well. I got to play for him at his 75th birthday party. And I knew Louis Stewart. I met him in Wales. Got to play with him too. What a fine bebop player. Holy shit. Never met. I did meet Chet Atkins once in a limo going to a NAMM show. Good, great guitar player. Prince. I know who you mean. I like some Bruno Mars stuff, you know. Don't fall off the roof. The guy's got a rooftop gig. Don't know. Oh, Fritz Kreisler, the guy who wrote those exercises. Yeah, I should be able to play them. I don't like playing with a metronome. Makes stiff time. I heard of Jerry Reed. Don't know his music. You did spell. No, it's Pasquale. Pasquale Grasso. Yeah, I played with Larry Coryell too with the 5 guitars. Maniac. Working for Buddy Rich, it was rough. I like Brahms too. Thoughts on Jeff Beck? Doesn't know Jeff Beck. Knew Joe Beck. Tal Farlow told me that he plays out of boxes. There's a D minor 7 box, and he plays great stuff out of there. He had a lot of different boxes. I don't know much about how Barry Harris teaches. You have to remember, I'm self-taught, so why would I know about other people? Makes sense? No, I'm not. It's not a put down at all. I mean, I heard him play. I watched a couple of his videos. Hollywood Joe. Hi. Confirmation. It's a hard tune. I haven't played it in a long time. Oh, Ron Ashtray. Yeah. There's a guy who smokes more than me. I called him Ron Ashtray. He's a good guitar player. Nice man, too. Mike Stern, of course, I played with him several times. Me, him, and Frank Vignola at Birdland. Met Jocko one time, but he was so fucked up that he was not a very nice person. When he gets drunk, he got weird. So I don't know. I did try to have a conversation with him, and he told me to fuck off. And then now, the next day, okay, we were staying. Weather Report was staying at the same hotel. I was there with Doc Severinsen. I'm playing it, pop shit. And the next day, he's knocking on door. He knocked on my door. And he says, I just want to apologize for me. Sorry I turned into an asshole with you. He had a dual personality. When he would get messed, when he would drink, Jekyll and Hyde. I don't have a favorite standard tune. It changes. Sometimes this is I've thrown a custard in her face. Thrown a custard to her face. You mentioned Julian Bream, John Williams, great classical players. Yeah, they do get a great sound. Fingernails, I have no fingernails. None. Joe DiOrio, one of my closest friends in LA. Knew him real well. The album Burning. I get that a lot. Everybody likes that one. Classical improvisation practice. Oh, you figured bass that you're talking about? Don't know anything about it. Henriksen amp. This is a Bud. Classical guitar player. I don't cook. I order out. Classical, it's very difficult classical. Okay, good for you. I don't have the telly anymore. I borrowed that from Roger. Slicing prosciutto chops. Love bossa nova. I lived in Encino when I was in LA. And then, a long story, I wound up in Hollyweird. Oh, Rand, good videographer. He helped me with when I had the online school. Yeah, I like Frank Gambale, of course. Minor harmonic, yeah, but not for the reason that you're going to not to put them over this chord or certain chord. No, you learn to practice. You need to know them so that you could learn to play the guitar and so you can read. Composers use those formats to compose stuff. So the thinking goes that you need to be able to go, because you might have to read that. Okay. Pat Steaks, the best cheesesteak. I don't remember Invitation. It's a good song. I just haven't played it. I met Phil Upchurch one time. Really nice guy. No, I can't play with my teeth. I tried that one time. John Renborn. Don't know him. Best cheesesteak, Pat's. No, I can't play anything in the style of Slash. I met him once at an AM show because I saw a big line and I saw smoke. He's smoking a cigarette. So I said, man, I got to go over there and see who's smoking. So I went over to him and I lit up a cigarette. And he says, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck away from me. He said to me. I says, well, I'm Jimmy Bruno. I saw it, was attracted to the smoke. He says, yeah, you're a guitar player? I says, yeah, I'm a jazz guitar player. He says, well, hang out for a while. He was really nice to me. Never play with Grant Green. Love his playing. Quarter note triplets. Hey, Cliff. Well, one, I have to get a metronome going, so I don't know whether you can hear it. That's 3 notes in the beat of in space of 2 beats. Famous non-musician, Lucille Ball, Elizabeth Taylor, Kirk Douglas. I met them at a party when I lived in LA. Yeah, I like Eric Clapton. I wish I could play like him. Fretless bass. Very hard to play in tune, I would think. Never met Jimmy Page. Legato line. They've never played with Jimmy Rainey. Never met him. Trying to self-taught guitar, but get an ear, develop an ear. You'll never need a real book ever. Cherokee. This is all tunes. Find out what note changes from each chord to the other chords. B flat. Now all your A's become A flats. B flats. Now all your G's become G flats from going from here. There's and back to E flat. And the bridge is just 2 5-1s. Lucille Ball, yeah. Yeah, I played in a rock band. I played when I was younger, but I lived in Las Vegas. I had to play all styles of music. Man, especially in LA, a lot of it was rock. Very little call for jazz. But the thing was that in LA, you only play like 4 or 8 bars. You're never long pieces, Joey DeFrancesco. I sent him the music, okay, in a yellow manila envelope. The session started at 11 o'clock in New York. It might have been the Powerhouse Studio. He showed up 5 of 11. I said, "You get a chance to look at the music?" And he said, "Yeah." And he handed me the envelope, which still had the tape I put on. I says, "You never opened it, did you?" He says, "No." He says, "But just play it. I'll hear it." And of course he did. He's just an amazing musician, you know. The turn the comments are on all the videos. Um, Sometimes you have to clear the browser cache out on. I mean, there's supposed to be comments turned on here. Maybe not though, because it has the live chat. Should be on. I don't think there was an option on the live one. Um, Played a lot of country and western. Love Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross. Uh, Country and western, only little bits and pieces. No, I like Oliver Nelson. I was 7 when I started to play, and I met Ted Green a few times. That's a good book, Jerry Coker book, Patterns for Improvisation. My records, I don't even own one. Yeah, June, I still see, talk to Johnny a lot. He's living in Arizona. Papa John recently passed away. And figured I can't say I do like Western swing. Bruce Foreman does that really well. Ed Bickert, man, what can you say? No, not New Orleans jazz. That's more like Dixieland. Don't know it. Oliver Nelson. Okay, I never met him. I think I did play Sister Sadie with Buddy Rich. Might have had a chart on that. I don't remember it. Combine lines and chords in a fluid way. First of all, you got to be able to play single notes. Then you just add chords to it. Example. So without this, or I'm oversimplifying it, but that's, yeah, Joy Spring. I don't remember that. That's as much as I remember about that. That's right, double stops on a violin. Fourth tuning mandolin. Never. The year of this is 71 or 72. No, fourths and fifths are not the same. This is a fourth. There's a fifth. Oh, God forbid a Phillies mummer. No. You know, when I lived in LA, they would sometimes put on the news part of the mummers to pray. And people not from Philadelphia say, "What the fuck is that? They're out of tune. What are they wearing those goofy things from?" Don't know John Schofield. Never met Stan Getz. How old do you think I am? 100? Wes Montgomery had a unique way of playing, and so did Django. Heaven by Duke Ellington. You don't mean Cheek to Cheek, do you? Keep time as just keep time. That I don't know. I don't know how to teach that. John Mayer. My daughter likes him. Oh, Brent Mason. Oh yeah, he can. There's a fine musician. He's the busiest guitar player in Nashville. He can play anything. I do like a Gibson 125. They're hard to find. They're thin body, I think. Somebody is writing to me in Hebrew. Love George Benson. his music. Let's see. You mean George Benson? Oh yeah. How do I play more like a jerk off? You've been watching my goddamn videos too long. Never met Lanny Blow. Don't know what John McLaughlin is doing. I met him a few times. Violin songs. They're etudes. One by a guy named Wolfart, Jacques Dont, Jay Blumenstengel. These are books that I learned how to play. I learned how to read music till I never met Beethoven. Well, I kind of do the five fingerings curriculum. I'm kind of doing it on this YouTube channel, but I should put them in order. But I don't have the patience. Chris Kane, don't know. Well, thanks for calling me an inspiration. Of course, I loved Wes. Who doesn't? Wolford had method books, 2. Pago de Lucia, yeah, he's fantastic. Died too young. I met B.B. King many, many times. He's got to be the nicest musician I ever met. To me, it's the Henriksen amps. Coltrane or Rollins, 2 different style players. I like them both. Sonny Rollins wrote weird songs. Like one is called Volside. One. How do you circumcise a whale? Send down 4 skin divers. That's the whole tune. Favorite trumpet players? Chet Baker? No, there's probably I'm leaving somebody out. There's a local guy around here, John Swana, plays great. Don't know Barry Harris's teaching method. Inspired me to start smoking. I love the Eastman guitars. Here, I'll show you one. Here. Complete with the noise when you unplug and plug in a guitar. Hang on. Where'd the cat go? All right. Here's a guitar with, which one is this? This is a AR 580 CE. This has round wounds. No, flat wounds. Where's the... You're going to get that nice noise out. I'm going to leave the amp where it is. Without screwing with the knobs. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I like this guitar a lot. It's not as hot as the 175. pickups are a lot louder on that. So I will turn this up just a bit. It's not fair to the guitar. There we go. Let's see. Collins makes great guitars. Ebony Concerto by Igor Stravinsky. I don't know how to save the live streams. AR503CE. No, it's AR580. I also have a no standby on the amp. I played many good guitars. I don't have a best. You think it's darker? Maybe it's late. I may have the tone. It's Eastman, yeah. It's a jerk off pick in the first fret. Yeah, okay. Don't smoke. It's horrible to stop. I don't know how to save the live videos. I'll find out when this ends. I'll probably get something. Important sight reading to a guitarist. If you want to work, if you want to make money, not being a jazz guitarist, but I mean, just you have to be able to sight read for a lot of things, to do studio work. How about to study other people's solos? How do I improve tone? Jeez, I don't know. I'm not a Django fan. Not a gypsy jazz guitar fan. I like the Adarios. I'm not a fan of Labella. It doesn't make Tomasic. They're two. Labella and Tomasic are two different string companies. This is what the difference between a 508 and a 503. Better hardware. And the tuners, I mean, these move so slow. I mean, you can really get very precise. And it also has wood binding instead of the plain white. It's a honey blonde. I like this guitar a lot. I don't know why I don't like Django. I don't dislike them. I just don't like the people that, Django files or whatever the hell they're called. And if Django was alive, he'd be appalled at what they're doing to his music. Don't know Julian Lage. I heard the name, but never heard him play. Brent Mason, Nashville Players. Big fan. Don't know Tom Guarna. See, I'm sure there's, a lot of guitar players around. Ever played Dialogo? No. Oh, Joe Beam. Oh, yeah. I have a whole book of Joe Beam songs that I never heard of. But you don't get a chance to play them because Nobody else knows them either, but they're all good. Big Roy Clark fan. Got to play with him a couple times. Favorite Alice in Wonderland. Bill Evans. Maybe I have 6 guitars. This has a different scale length. Greatest lesson, Joe Pass. I tortured him for a lesson. He says, I don't know how to teach. So I bugged him enough. He says, oh, well, come on over. And he says, of course, we go in the kitchen and you got some Dago red wine, you know. See, I could say that because I'm an Italian. Anyway, so, and he has cut up some cheese and pepperoni. He says, well, I'm going to play something. You stop me when you hear something you like. Okay? All right, Joe, what was that? He says, well, I don't remember what I just played. It's jazz. I says, Joe, what kind of fucking lesson is this? Okay? He says, I told you I can't teach. So then we're playing Green Dolphin Street, and he did something over here. He played that. And I tried to play it again. I played after him, and I did this. I fucked it up. And he says, do you really like the way that note sounds? I says, no. He says, well, don't put your finger there no more. I says, you tell me this is trial error? And he says, yeah. Yeah. Claire de Lune by Debussy, one of my favorite composers. Dago red wine. Drummers and piano players are hard to find. Not if you live in New York. Although there's a couple losers in New York, too, that I don't like to play with. Yeah, I'm full Italian. I know Joe Federico, sure. I don't see him around much. I like Pat Metheny. I would like to meet, never met him. Very successful. What's not to like? Met Earl Clue once. Never met Joe Zawinul. Like his music. Joe Pass at one point in his life, it got rid of the pick altogether. I haven't seen Craig much. Craig Thomas. Yes, I do know them. Not only do I know them by name, I know what they sound like against any chord. I wouldn't agree that Dennis Sandoli is the greatest jazz guitar teacher ever. I don't know about that. Never met him. Talked to him a couple times. He was a character, I know. Met Frank Frank Zappa several times. I chose guitar because my father played guitar. What do you first pick up a guitar? First tune I learned was this, Ebb Tide. Sounds a lot like Misty. Never met Carlos Santana. Big fan. Wayne Shorter, a great musician. Never met him. Humoresque is one of my favorite movies with John Garfield and that crazy Oscar Levant, the piano, his accompanist. Very salty guy in real life too. Joan Crawford is in the movie too. Really good. Never met Tom Waits. I would love to meet him. Oh, I know George very well. Did get to play with him a few times. You know. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I heard of them, but I don't know the music. Oh, I think everybody should have Joe Pass's Virtuoso albums. I didn't like everything Miles Davis did, especially not maybe the later stuff. Leon Redbone. You know, Frank Vignola worked for him. Said he was a really cool guy. I think the question is, do you think or do you just play at this point? I think when I practice, when I play, I'm listening to myself, listening to whoever I'm playing with. I'm reading about Joe Zawinul and Wayne Shorter. Never met them. Would like to. It depends where you live, Dayton. Go to listen to good jazz. Never met Leon Redbone. Never met Ray Charles. You know how Buddy Rich has the tapes? You know the bus tapes? So does Ray Charles. He's screaming at the bass player. They're pretty funny. I like weather reports, of course. Don't know Willie DeVille. Well, you know, people think because you play jazz guitar, you know everybody. But a lot of them are just older than me and when they passed away. Seattle, the Dimitri's Jazz Alley is a good club there. I don't know if it's still there. And yeah, the Lighthouse in L.A. Yeah, Hermosa Beach. I don't know if that was owned by a bass player, Pat Senator, if I think. Don't know Dean or Robert DeLeo from no. Mark Ribot. I know the name. I loved Bolus that day. That's where I got the arrangement. Yeah, great. That's a great cut. Yeah, Buddy Rich was pretty rough to work for, but he knew what he wanted, and he was a perfectionist, so there was no room for mistakes. Guitar pick. This shape. There's a number that goes with it, but I don't know. This is from DeAndrea Picks. They used to sell them to the public, but they don't anymore. I don't know where I got these. I probably bought them from them when they were in business. But now a Japanese plastic company bought them. That record, Grant Green at the Lighthouse, yeah. Cassiopeia? Is that a song or a constellation? Played the Green Mill one time. Yes, this came from Eastman. I don't like free jazz. I used to, not anymore. James Brown? I'm not recording anything anymore. There's no more record companies. My favorite ECM artist was John Abercrombie. No, my kids, my oldest son studied with the cello. He got quite good. He studied with the first cellist in the Philadelphia Orchestra. My daughter doesn't have any interest in it, which is good. I'm looking about Cassiopeia is a Japanese jazz band. No, I don't know about them. James Brown would write a rubber. I'm not surprised. Vinci, no. I know Mike Boone. Yeah, he did play with Buddy Rich for a short time too. Never met Johann Bach. I know Joe Bach. Favorite modal tune? I'm not a fan. Maybe this. There's also this one. I forget it. That's it. There's no such. That's not true modal music. True modal music would be something by Prokofiev. There's a couple other composers, very contemporary. It's called modal music because it uses one mode, but that's not really true either. Because there's other notes. There's 12 notes. You can use other notes. James Brown penalized players for bad notes. If your shoes weren't shined, Buddy Rich would charge you take $10 out of your check. Can you play 4:33? Don't know what that means. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Play at the studio and no. Maybe talking about Rudy Van Gelder's studio? No, never did. All my records were done. The first one was done in Philly. The second one was done in Philly. All the rest were in New York or Fantasy Studios one time with the 3 guitars. Austin. Yeah, it used to be a good music town. Yeah, those picks are really hard to find. Grateful Dead. No. I have no idea how musicians make money nowadays. First of all, you have to have some kind of recognition, a name. And it's because of those records. People know who I am. Love Joni Mitchell. Oh, it's that John Cage. That piece, that 4 minutes, 32 seconds. No, when you say transcribe, I stole licks, not, and I didn't write them down. Like, okay, I'll say what. Morning, Charlie. Charlie Parker's favorite licks. Another one. Oh, the second time is greetings from Marin. Ted Rosenthal. Oh yeah, he plays. He's the best accompanist and just a great guy to play for with guitar. I mean, he really knows what hard time improvising with. Well, at the beginning was all of them. Yeah, ornithology. Well, Charlie Parker's nickname was Bird. Yardbird Sweet. Never met Quincy Jones. That would somebody I'd like to meet. Don't know what black metal is. There's no such thing as an avoid note. It's never too late to learn about jazz. The Andrea Picks. That's where I probably got him. That's the youngest. Yeah, Prez, they called him. No, you don't. I'm a member of BMI. My favorite album, that changes. I don't own any of them. I would have to say Polarity with Joe Beck. Don't know Rick Beato. Like to meet him. I like playing tunes different all the time. I don't have any guitar arrangements. I did was selling a couple of them on the YouTube channel. I like everything by Bach. Stand out. Oh, the Rocky Mountain Festival. You were there? Don't know that Miles record. Beato. That's how you say. Okay. Yeah. Lionel Albert. Who was your brother? Never met Astro Gilberto. Never dated my mother. Don't like the Dunlap picks. Makes a clicking sound. All right, I think I'm going to go. It's 5:00. It's time to order some sushi. All right, let me see what happens to this. If I can save it, I will. Okay, thanks for joining in. I'm sure I'll do this again. End.